Hello and welcome to the show. You're on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and I am Jacquelene Closemore coming to you live from Melbourne. Woo, exciting. Probably going to start the show with a bit of a trigger warning for survivors of abuse and all of that. Where do I start? So I might start by just how to invoke peace into a space, all right? So when my grandfather passed, he was actually that night terrified of passing because when I was 7, I predicted how he would pass and what the room would look like and how he would feel if he kept being such an obnoxious person towards my grandmother. And he thought I'd cursed him, which really I'd seen a vision. It was just saying the vision, which sort of really shocked him. It needed an ambulance. I mean, sorry, Grandpa, kind of deserved it. Out of the mouths of babes. Anyway, so here he was, and I was, I think, 24 at the time, and he was in the hospital, and exactly the shape of the window, the bars across the window, the height of the window up on the wall, the colour of the walls, the fact that he was in a hospital alone and scared was all what I'd said at 7. Poor guy. I mean, it's a really interesting way to love someone who's kind of obnoxious, isn't it? Sort of love-hate thing. Loved him dearly. You bugger, right? Anyhow, so he said to the doctor, "Oh, my God, the curse is coming true. Oh, I'm going to die tonight. I really don't." Understandable. I mean, terrified. I mean, what do you do? We're a family of psychics. I mean, don't muck with that kid. Anyhow, so the doctor said, "Now, hang on a minute. How long ago did your granddaughter curse you?" And he goes, "Oh, it's got to be almost 20 years now." And the doctor said, "Well, you know, it mustn't have been much of a curse if it's taken 20 years to happen." Anyway, I didn't know my grandpa was in hospital at the time. I was busy studying a course. I had an exam the next day in the morning. And here he was in the middle of the night freaking the hell out. And understandably, because here was his granddaughter's vision, who was most like him, equally obnoxious and stubborn. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Better own this, right? So I had this dream, and I ended up in my grandparents' old home, and my grandpa was standing to the right of me, and he was looking at me. I said, "What's going on, Grandpa?" And because he looked about 20 years younger, and he looked like, you know, he just was glowing. He looked beautiful. I said, "Granddad, you look fantastic. What's happening?" And he goes, "Well, I don't know how to tell you this." And then I'm looking over here in the kitchen, and I said, "What are we doing in this house? You haven't been here for years." And then my grandmother was at the sink washing dishes, which is really weird because dinner was also being served, but my mother was standing at the end of the table holding a chair, looking really shocked, and there was empty plates on the table. We never, ever had the empty plates on the table. You would put the dinner on the plates, put it on the table. My stepdad was walking down the hallway towards the kitchen going, "Oh, what's going on here?" And I'm trying to talk to him. I said, "Mum, what's going on?" She, "Oh," like this. She was just sort of shaking and looking really kind of distressed. And I looked at Grandpa and I went, no, not tonight. I have exams in the morning. I haven't seen you yet, and I want to see you first." He goes, "Look, we don't have time for this." He said, "I need your help." And I went, "What with?" Having completely forgotten what I'd done as a 7-year-old. Whoops. And and he said, "I need you to teach me how to fly." And I went, "Oh, no, anything but that. Don't make me do that. I don't want to show you how to fly." He says, "I've forgotten how to fly and I need you to show me." I went, "Grandpa, anything but that, just not that. I don't want you to go." And he sort of kept talking to me. And I said, "All right, take my hand." Took my hand and we lifted up through the roof. And we went flying amongst this beautiful light blue sky with the clouds, and it was just so peaceful. And I was like, oh. And I was loving it. I was loving being with my grandpa up in those clouds and in the sky and the beautiful, beautiful light blue and the peaceful feeling. Anyway, I'm prolonging this as long as I can. I don't even want to go. I know what's going to happen. He says, "Jacqueline." I said, "Yes." He goes, "Jacqueline." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "We have to go back now." And I went, nope, 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 nope. No, we're not going back. He said, I need you to take me back because it's time. I said, no, I haven't had a chance to say goodbye to you. I haven't had a chance to see you. He said, I don't want you to see me how I am right now. See me as I am in this space. And I said, okay. All right. So we lifted down through the ceiling, down into the kitchen, and here's my mum and my stepdad looking confused. Then again, he never believed in all this stuff, right? That's another story. I did do telepathy with him once. Gotcha, Dad. And my grandma's still standing washing dishes because she's just got to keep herself busy rather than deal with what's going on, right? Understandable. This is her husband. And so here we are standing there. I still got his hand. He says, you have to let go now. I said, nope, I am not letting go. That is not happening. He says, chin up, kid. It's going to get better. And I said, And he goes, look over there. I said, no, I'm not falling for that. Look over there. And he looked really intently. So I looked, and I looked back, and all I could see was his damn Cheshire grin, that bloody teeth, like this smiling. Oof, gone. I woke up crying because I was crying out for my grandpa. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Bugger. I love you, but and I was crying, and I looked at the clock, and it was 3:30 in the morning, and that was the exact moment of his death in the hospital. So why am I telling you this? If you've got someone who's hanging on to life because they're afraid of dying, light blue, that sky, that peaceful, serene light blue. If you study aurosoma, colour therapy, you'll learn all about what's called sapphire blue, which is that light blue. And it invokes peace into a space. And it helps bring that ability to let go of fear, that ability to be in peace. And if someone is holding on and not letting go and it's their time to pass, they'll pass very soon after that. Or if they're not meant to pass, they're going to calm the heck down quite a bit, usually. They might cry a lot too as they're releasing things, yeah? Light blue is also the colour of truth and of communication. And we think of the throat chakra, that's blue, usually deeper blue. But blue is ordinarily peace. You can get the blues from too much blue, so don't go painting all your walls that cobalt royal blue and wonder why you're suddenly depressed. Might have some connection to it, just slightly. Also in blue can be authority or the distrust of authority. But blue helps bring peace where there is not. And blue is the opposite colour to orange, which can be wisdom, can be healing a family timeline, but also can be codependency, abuse, shock and trauma. So if someone's experiencing trauma and shock, like a car accident or something's physically happened to them, or even something like sexual assault, orange, and then on the opposite plane, blue, can bring about that grounding, bringing them back into their body, and with the orange, and we think of that sacral chakra in the reproductive area, and bringing that groundedness, get back into your body, which is difficult for someone going through abuse to do because the first thing they want to do is dissociate. So if you can ground them first, then bring in the peace. Don't just go, oh, let's just bring in love and light. That'll make them better. Not necessarily. So, this week actually, someone was telling me of a loved one that was just holding on, but dearly was praying for her mother to come and take her away, and this woman was 94. And I actually said to the person I was talking to about their mother, please just try invoking light blue into the space, and if she's meant to just calm down and live on, well, she will. If she's meant to go, then there she goes. And sure enough, within hours of this person invoking that sapphire blue into the space, off she went peacefully, and it's been the ability for her to just find that calm. So particularly dealing with sometimes survivors and victims of assault and abuse, just being mindful not to just say love and light, thought and prayers, things will get better. But sometimes you have to sit in that space with them until help can arrive. And sometimes that means being very, really practical and referring on to other people who can help. And other times it means, yes, we can invoke the space of peace, and that can help. But it's really when you're working in the psychic field, it's about nuance. So you don't just apply the same, action, colour, energy to every circumstance of that nature. You have to really listen to moment by moment, case by case, and this person in each moment. And that is how you get the sensitivity to be able to deal with these sorts of things. I haven't said all I wanted to say today on this kind of topic, but I think this has been a good beginning point, and I hope that's been of assistance to you. My next public event I'm going to be at is Cranbourne Psychic and Wellbeing Expo on the 29th of Jan, and then Croydon on the 5th of February. If you're in Melbourne, Australia, I'll be doing live platform readings, picking people out of the audience to read for. You can also take a paid session with me through my website, jacquelene.com.au. In the meantime, I hope you have a fabulous week and a fabulous rest of this broadcast with other shows and presenters through the afternoon, morning or evening, no matter where you are in the world. Hope you're having a great day. Catch you next time. Lots of love, Jacquelene.